Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane Itma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 82, and I'm going to get it right because I wrote it down. Last week, I think we said 82.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're just all sorts of wrong because I think we got the week before wrong, too.
Yep. And so I just put a little playful message above that says, Megan said the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
She's wrong. Will she ever get it right? We don't know.
Mm.
So, it's right this week.
As far as you know.
I believe this is episode 82. So what's going on with you?
Not much. I got a message on Plurk, which I hadn't been on Plurk in a very long time, but somebody mentioned to me. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I got an email, and they asked me about the pay it forward thing that I was doing at the beginning of the year. And I had already sent off 2 of those packages, and I was working on a 3rd one, but I don't know, her message to me got me kind of like thinking about it, so I've been working gangbusters on that all week.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been fun. I just thought, you know what, that's something to put my mind to right now. It's focusing on those. So I sealed one up because I already had most of it done, so I just finished it, sealed it, and said, okay, it's done. And then I worked on what you're gonna see. So if somebody's watching and you remember that, hey, I was on that list for her and she's gonna send me something, and you might want to not look away during FOs because it's all I have to talk about. I didn't work on anything else, so it's a good warning. Yeah, good warning. I did not work on anything else.
The last day of school,
Yes.
here in Rochester is tomorrow.
Yes.
Which is exciting. We will both have soon to be 2nd graders.
Yep.
And it will officially be summer, even though it's not feeling very much like summer these days.
Again, our weather is not the nicest right now.
I laughed at myself and said, if you had told me in January when we start to plan this that the high would be 60 2 weeks before the retreat, I would have been like, yeah. True story.
Yeah, exactly.
Play footsie with you.
Just cross my legs the other way.
So now I don't have anybody to play footsie with. Okay, stuff that's going on. We have a Finish That KAL going on, and that will continue through the end of this month. And then Amy and I were looking at our what our next KAL will be, and we wanted to give people time to order their yarn. So this will be a July-September, and we decided we're going to do a Dis or Dat that feeds into the KAL. So it would be a way to choose between 2 sweaters that we both want to knit, both of.
Yes.
Double boths. And also be able to give away a few patterns so that folks can join us should they choose to. So, did you want to talk about yours?
I picked the Julissa, and I've already forgotten her name.
It's by Knit Rhapsody.
Knit Rhapsody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I wrote it down because I know I would forget his name.
It's a very lacy, open pullover, and the one that I like, she's got 2 versions. She's got a scoop neck, and she's got a I wouldn't say boat neck, but it's a high neck, and I don't know. It's pick your sleeve length.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably make it all the way long if I had enough yarn. It's a worsted weight pattern.
Okay.
And I think a DK would look nice with it too. Trying to remember anything else about it. If you don't know what the Jessalou looks like, you're gonna see it. Julissa. Jessalou. Must have bags on my mind. Julissa. Then you can see it in the thread.
Yep.
On the Dis or Dat thread.
So we will, in general, we vote for 2 weeks, I think. So that'll take us
to retreat.
To retreat, so it'll be 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The voting will have to be 3 weeks. And then, yeah. won't be able to, I guess you'd be able to shop for yarn-ish, because mine is the Windswept by Tin Can Knits, Emily Wessel. It's in the Handmade in UK, and that's a DK weight, so I guess you could shop DK weight either way. And I think the pattern is specified so that, and a couple of people have favored it in the giveaway thread, a couple of projects where they did make the pullover into a cardigan. So there's a garter ridge down the middle, and you would just duplicate that on both sides, and you could make it into a cardigan. It again has a lace panel down the front, and I think it's a medium length sleeve. It's not full, I don't think. Maybe it is.
Yeah, but that one's definitely a V-neck, and the Julissa is a scoop neck or knot. I'm planning on doing the knot. It's got a laciness to it that I'm thinking I'd rather be like covered up with the lace, because you'll be able to get the idea, see through it, whatnot. So,
and that is a dis or dat.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I know we don't have our little papers.
I know, it feels kind of unofficial.
I know.
I should have printed out papers. I was gonna maybe hold up, because now that I'm a professional iPad displayer. But I went to go turn it on to do the drawings that we have coming up, and it was dead. Yeah. So yeah, dead as a doornail. Wouldn't even turn on to tell me the amount of battery there was left. So with that, I led into there are two. Okay, so there's a current drawing out there that we're going to draw for next week, which is the Handmade in the UK. Pick your favorite project from the patterns and post it in the thread. I'm loving that. Loving seeing lots of new faces in that are interested in the giveaway. And then we did a Dancing Dog Dye Works drawing. Yep. So it ended on June 1st. We locked the thread on June 1st, and there were 258 entries. And we didn't go through and delete the double entries, but when we drew a winner, we made sure that the
post had the picture of the dog, and it was the first post that you made.
It wasn't like a comment, and you didn't have multiple posts. So 2 through 258, and the winner was 192, woohoo! Which was Steph Librarian. You are the winner of some Dancing Dog Dye Works, which
contact me,
and it'll be a surprise. It's a surprise prize.
I believe.
Surprise.
Again, gosh, I can't be trusted. I think it's a Sporty Sport in our colorway, which is a purple, green, black and gray, or white, black and gray.
So, but you can't go wrong with Dancing Dog Dye Works. No matter what's coming to you, it's going to be fabulous. And you commented that you liked the picture. Well, she really likes her dog because it's her Ravitar and it's the picture of the dog. And you said that you liked it or you were jealous because.
Yeah, the dog was at work with her.
Yep. So that was awesome. And then we also had the self-striping drawing for May. So it was all of our cumulative entries, and but cut off June 1st. So there was 640, so 2 through 640. And the winner was 433 with her first entry, which was, are you going out and looking? Lightning. So Lynn, we met you in Stillwater, and you knit some fabulous Hermione's Everyday Socks, and it was her first entry. Lucky number, first entry in the self-striping thread. So, cool. Yeah. And that I have to show you. So it's Highland Handmaids. She did some self-striping, and this is Poor Lost Circus Performers 2. So it was her ones that were inspired by
Princess Bride.
I was waiting for it. Wait for it. So it's got it's got some very pretty oranges and greens and browns.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's got the trio. Gosh, why
giant and the.
Well, I was trying to think of their names.
Oh,
Fezzik, Indigo, Montoya, and I thought that was Fezzik.
Oh, yeah. Montoya, Fezzik, and
inconceivable.
Yes.
Like, why can't my brain come up with it?
Humperdinck?
No, that's the main bad guy.
I got Humperdinck stuck in my head. I pulled out that catchphrase the other day. I was like, I want it to be as you wish, Buttercup. As you wish, as he's rolling down the hill. Anyway, Lightning, Lynn, I can ship it to you or I can hand deliver it. Ooh. So, let me know. Contact me. What else do we have going on? We're going to have a flash giveaway. The designer of the Rockstrata mitts, which Amy didn't bring her hoe, but
I proved you wrong. It can be done in Dancing Dog Dye Works. I just have a bigger stash than she does.
I wasn't saying that it couldn't be done in Dancing Dog Dye Works. I just said my Girl Cave bag colorway, they matched
a little too well.
Yeah, I don't have it here anymore because I finished my mitts. But anyway, Josh is very generously giving away 2 of his pattern now that it's been released. And we're going to do it next week. So it's a really fast one.
Mm-hmm.
And to enter, the thread is going to have something that makes your inner rock star scream in joy. Those are his words.
Okay.
He wants to know.
Your inner rock star.
Your inner rock star. I think if I were going to answer it, I would probably answer it with something that makes me feel like a rock star.
Okay.
You know, like brings out the rock star in me, like it makes my inner rock star scream with joy. Anyway, that's how I would take that lead in.
Yeah.
What else?
Or you could just say like, oh, I really love this band, and like, I don't know, I get beaver fever. Not really, but
we're not very big sticklers for you didn't really answer the question, so you can't win. Although it would be really interesting to hear your answers, how you take that. What else? I had another administrati, and this seems like it's going on forever. Okay, so Friday, Kiki of Yarn vs. Zombies is releasing the 5 spots that are remaining for her World Traveler Club that are going to have my pattern. So I have clearance to show it to you, but not talk about my inspirations. These are looking a little worse for wear because they need to be washed because I've been wearing the heck out of them. But yes, I can't tell you the destination. The destination is unknown, and the inspiration kind of gives away the destination. But there's some nice wavy lines here. And it's very smushy because these wavy lines have garter that they weave back and forth over. It's a toe-up sock with a mock gusset heel. It's not my one needle gusset, but it is a mock gusset. And yeah, very soft, very smushy. There is some cabling involved, so I would encourage you to be able to do, it's only one stitch that's crossing, so it's pretty easy to do the slipping way of cabling without a cable needle. Mm-hmm. And yeah, if you're interested in that, I will put it out in the forums in our enabling thread, and then I'll also be posting it on the Twitter. But she's doing it like Saturday morning her time, which ends up being, or Saturday afternoon, which ends up being like our Friday afternoonish time frame. So, today is the 5th, 6th, 7th, June 7th, okay, ish, noonish. Afternoonish, Friday afternoonish here in the United States. So if you're interested in that, grab them while you can. It's the only time you're going to be able to get it if you're not already part of the World Traveler Club for the next year. So if you like the pattern, go out there and grab it. Other than that, I think that is that's all the administration we have. Do you have any FOs, my lady? I think you've already answered that question.
I do. So,
vamoose.
Back to the vamoose. Or if you just want to see, because you won't know which one of these lovely things you're going to get, and it will not be the hand spun, just so you know.
Amy was like, yeah, I've just been working on monsters. I was like, so you were monogamous? And Amy's like, well, on 3. And I was like, so you had a monogamous 3-way?
I did. Because I wanted to get the bodies done So I did all the bodies, and then I did all the hands.
She worked on the bodies, and then she
She's
worked on the
trying.
hands. Sorry.
So this is a BFL silk from Spun Right Round in the zombie colorway.
Ooh, fun. Green.
And it's 232 yards.
You're giving that away?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I said
That's
it will
the one
not
thing
be.
that's okay.
Yeah. You'll be guaranteed not to be getting this.
It's mine. It's my precious. It's my precious. My precious.
I don't know how precious it is, but I do enjoy a lot of the spinning lately, and I am accumulating more than I would like. So, you know, sometime if you like see me like and you're like, oh, that's really pretty, you never know, I might just toss it at you and say, okay, give it a good home. Okay, so there we go. Beautiful. So like I said, I like the process of spinning it up, and it's a joy, and I have a lot of it accumulating, and not many projects that are saying knit me in hand spun. So
You spin my head around, right?
yeah, like a baby rap.
Oh, I was singing the Lowrider one that is
Oh.
on Pitch Perfect.
Sorry.
Yeah, I would recommend that movie.
Okay, here's the monsters. Sorry. Pitch Perfect must be a fun movie. I
It's
haven't
an
seen
awesome movie. I have a huge crush on Skylar Astin now. He's a very good singer.
it. Oh, okay.
It's on Broadway and stuff.
So I have 3 monsters, and I have 4 remaining recipients.
Ooh.
I got a little carried away. I was only supposed to be doing it for 5 people, and I'm now at 7 people. But you know, whatever. There's still 4 left, and 3 of the guys are done.
Ooh.
So
One's a weeb.
yes, this is the weeb. This is my pattern.
Oh, he's so cute.
Got a pretty pink sweater on,
Mm-hmm.
and a smile on his face, ready to go somewhere fun and exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have,
These are all fingering monsters, I see.
yes, these are all out of sock yarn scraps or leftovers. They're not scraps, really. Like this white, I probably could have made myself some short socks out of them. There was so much left.
Mm.
But we have this one. These are Melvin, the Musical Monster by Rebecca Danger.
Okay.
And this one's got Stewie Bui and Socks That Rock. And I'm not sure. And Dream in Color. Like, I cannot remember for the life of me what this was. I think it's a BFL blend.
Hmm.
But I don't remember what I made out of it. But there they are. Very exciting. They will be headed to their homes as soon as I can get my brain around postage and whatnot. That might not be instantly.
Yeah. Well, I had some trouble getting the last tin can knits, Pacific knits, out the door because it was over the amount that I could
Do from
wear.
home.
Yeah. So I kept on. I'll get to the post office today. And I never got to the post office. I'll get to the post office today. Oh, it's a Monday morning. It's always really packed on a Monday morning. I can't go today. So.
Yep, I hear you.
Yeah,
These should all be within the
Yes, unless
So-
you like filled them with lead beads, I think.
Well, it was, you know, I don't plan to just send a monster.
No, okay.
I see. But I might.
Mm-hmm. All right, Alice. On track. I am on track. So I have the Rockstrata Knits by
Very nice.
Josh Ricks. And I did them inversible. So I
Yeah.
decided to swap out the color.
Mhm.
So I don't get to go like this and make a nice little V.
Yeah.
They actually invert. But they're very nice. I really like them. Much of the same comment that we had last week is I really like the fit. Like they seem Like they're not just a tube that you throw on. They kind of taper in,
Yep.
just because of some of the shaping on your wrist. And they fit really nicely and are aesthetically pleasing, which is always a good thing. And they bring out my inner rock star. How would you answer that prompt? What makes your inner rock star scream? I don't know. You don't know? I haven't given any thought either. I kind of sprung that question on myself just right now. Like if I were doing a photo shoot like he did, I would think sunglasses kind of, sunglasses make you feel like a rock star. I don't have like a leather jacket or anything. Sometimes like the thought of travel and like getting a latte and walking around with a latte, that seems kind of rock starish.
I see.
I don't know. Is there anything that you do to make yourself feel like a rock star? I'm sorry if you see me chewing on the tip of my finger. I have one of those I poked myself things and it's starting to peel.
I don't know. I think rock star, like when you have like an effortless look. So like maybe like throwing your hair up in a messy like updo. And then throwing on the sunglasses, and yeah, you got to make sure you're sipping on some sort of fancy drink. Yeah, exactly. And
mine's just lemonade. It's not all very fancy.
And yeah, maybe it has to be some sort of organic juicing thing.
Oh yeah,
to be totally like in the rock star vein.
Yeah, rock star definitely means something significantly different to me now as a parent, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, those things that we just described probably.
Yeah, like, oh, trashing a hotel room and drinking and smoking and no. Yeah. We're going with organic smoothies and sunglasses.
Throwing her hair up and sunglasses. Yeah. Maybe getting a pedicure or a manicure. Yeah. Yep. Those are, the college Megan would be laughing at me right now, probably. Like, oh yeah, that's real rock star.
Yeah, or like I've seen on Instagram where you just paint one fingernail. Like, wouldn't that just, I'm in the know. Like, I'm not a square who paints all their nails the same color.
That's so cool. So that is my FO. I have no more FOs. I just have my hoe that has turned into an FO. So.
Okay. I just finished up all that stuff and I'm back to working on this. I haven't really done much. I can tell that I've done like at least 6 rows on it because I'm starting to do the waist shaping. And I have also worked on secret knitting.
And this is
from Grinning Gargoyle.
And it's the folded. I'm sorry.
Oh,
just in case people
sorry. Yes,
I'm working on this. Okay. Let me pattern search that on Ravelry.
Yeah, I guess I could have been more descriptive.
Just saying.
Yes, it's the folded, and it's out of Grinning Gargoyle, who will be at our retreat vending. It's lovely.
So excited to see her stuff again.
Yeah, very exciting. And then what else? Secret knitting that I can't talk about, but I got a lot of it done. So awesome, but I still have more to do. So,
but that's winding down, right?
Yes.
And no more crocheting.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of great advice from our viewers, and I am going to try all of those when I pick it up again. Right now, what I had to get done, and I took anything where I was going to be knitting for somebody else, and I worked on that all week last week. So it was very much a out of your own headspace, right, kind of knitting, and it was nice. It was nice. I was always thinking about other people.
All right, I'm going to take these mitts off because I'm getting warm. I have lots of FOs, works in progress. This is my Dancing Dog Dye Work folded. It is folded. Neon. Yep, yours is folded, mine is neon. I got the front, the collar done, and I think last time I was like here-ish, so I got down to the ribbing at the bottom, and I did the these parts first because I wanted to make sure that it was I don't know,
wide enough, right? Or not too big?
Not too big. Not that I was going to rip it out, but it has pretty thin. I guess I was thinking maybe it was long, like the ribbing was, the button bands were long like the ribbing at the bottom. But no, there's just a couple of rows there. I'll need some 8 buttons that I can probably pick out when we go to Ginny's. And enjoying working with the Dancing Dog Dye Work, who will be at our retreat marketplace.
That's very nice.
Yeah, last night I got to about right here, and I had about 4 inches of extra fabric here. So I had to rip back to, well, not clear back up here, to where I separated for sleeves. And I'm trying to look in the light. I don't think you can see. I think I saved all these little portions so that I could blend them in.
Yep. Yep. I've done that.
Yep. And so I'm hoping that I can get them well blended. And I've got two balls here. So this one's like currently attached, and this one.
So you could go all the way to your wrists.
Yes. Oh, I will. The yardage wasn't an issue. That wasn't why I did these first. I actually kind of took a page from the my mirrors that I knit. That once I got down here, I used that working yarn and I just picked up here.
Oh, okay.
And then I did the same on here. I obviously had to start a new one, but then once I got up here, I just used that same yarn to pick up the collar and duet. So I was just working differently, which is a catchphrase in my workplace now, work differently. But yeah, so I decreased a little faster, and it's looking a lot better on my arms now. I was afraid that I wouldn't, by the time I got down to my elbow, it would just be gargantuan. Like, I tried it on my head last night. The sleeve, like, almost fit over the circumference. And I have a pretty small head circumference, but, like, that's not right? Like, your sleeve shouldn't be that big.
Definitely not.
Nope. So that is the neon. How do Dancing Dog Dye Works? Trying to sprint through this. I feel kind of clever.
Okay. Go on.
And I don't want to give the pattern away. And hopefully maybe somebody already has project notes out there and they've figured out a way to explain their cleverness. But there was some debate as to, not debate, but like, oh, I hated knitting the sleeves because the way the pattern is worked, in the flat, when you go back on the purl side, you're doing some slipping from the right to the left. Well, on the right side, that's from the left to the right. And so when you're doing it in the round, you don't have that. So you were ending up working stitches, slipping some of them back to the left-hand needle, slipping a stitch over that, and then slipping all of those stitches again back over to the right. So 3 stitches become 2 stitches and then get passed back over. And I tried to look and see if this Tolle stitch was already published so I could actually talk about it in my pattern notes and on the podcast, but the Tolle stitch, or the tulle stitch I found out there, was not this one. So in the round, instead of doing that, passing it over to the left hand stitch, slipping them all back over to the right, I'm waiting until I come back around. So I do an around even, and then before I do the what I would have normally done in that first row, I do what I would have done in the second row on the back hands. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but I slip the stitches and then I work them versus I'm delaying the working of the stitches until they're already on the right hand needle. Again, I don't know if this is making sense to anybody but me, but yeah, it worked out really well, and hopefully I can figure out a way to put it in the my pattern notes without giving away the stitch pattern. But it's flying now. Like, a row used to take me a really long time because you're working each stitch like 3 times, right? Where you're doing something, you're transferring it back and forth and back and forth. It's like the hokey pokey. But now I'm not. So I'm just going to work around even, slip the stitches, work them again, but from the right orientation. So there's that. I felt clever.
Sure did.
I did, and I got to explain why I felt clever, so that's, that's fun. My self-striping socks for May are the Twisted Lemon in the, can't remember what it's called, colorway. Isn't that a fun name? I can't remember what it's called. That's why I bought it, because it was so memorable. Rainforest. Okay, found it. Check. Very much love this purple and green and blue. And just kind of, I'm calling them shenanigan or striping shenanigan socks, because I was just trying some slipping to see what the colors did. And I was looking for a pattern that I could write up with my heel, so it wouldn't just be a heel pattern. It would be a stitch pattern to boot. So something happens on each stripe on that, and I'll be writing it up, though I don't know how much time we'll have that for that in the next few weeks. So if you're interested in that, it should be coming soon. And then I started Camp Loopy. Joanna Spring sent me the button anyway, because she's so nice, such a fabulous face. This is the I even went out and had the pronunciation for me. Tramontane. The stitch pattern is kind of lost in all of these loud colors. I love the colors though. It's kind of it's got an asymmetrical. This is by Kiki, Yarn vs. Zombies, of Yarn vs. Zombies fame. Kiki Kawaii is the name on the pattern. And it's got an asymmetrical rim here.
Oh, I see. Cool.
So you can either wear it with the
in the back.
With it in the back, or you could flip it.
Okay.
And put that piece in the back. It was a fun detail, and it did some awesome stuff with the yarn. This was pooling horrifically. My green was always in that one spot, and so I did that magic knot and broke it and kind of broke it up, and I am alternating from the inside and the outside to try to avoid some of the pooling as well. It's still kind of pooling, but it's you probably won't be able to see it, kind of ziggy-zaggies. It's supposed to be like the trade winds, and that's fun. It's a huge skein, so to be able to use 350 or 70 yards, I think. Yeah, it said it was 3.5 ounces on the label, but it's actually 4 ounces. Wait, Paul. I'll be making mitts or something out of them.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's fun. It was relatively quick, and I like it. I like the colors.
Fun.
Yeah, it is being knit for a fun person, so hopefully they enjoy it. There's that. Tramontane. I can't remember. The guy's voice was very interesting. And then tomorrow, I am casting on the Bonnie. 6/6. I am casting on the Bonnie of Tin Can Knits, and this goes into some of my enabling, or my enabling, not some of my enabling. This is Miracle Jen. She had a Memorial Day sale. This is her BFL silk, and it was the exact weight that Bonnie was written for. This is all going to be one garment. Isn't that kind of scary? It's a little scary. I'm like, when I was scanning it, I was like, that looks really small. And it's you have to wear a tank underneath it, right? It's not for, right. So it's very thin, spread very thin. But yeah, Miracle Jen, Midnight Train. So I've had that earworm. Thank you very much, Miss Jenny Porter. On the midnight train to Georgia. On the midnight train to Georgia. So KDLB and I are going to be knitting this if anybody else is interested in joining us. Handmade in the UK, luscious lace. It's going to be lacy, and I'm planning on provisionally casting on about here-ish, and then working that lace up, and then taken the rest of it down.
Oh, okay.
So it might end up being a little half shirt. This doesn't seem like it's quite enough. This is way more than the pattern calls for as far as yardage, though. So hopefully I'm not under yardaging myself. Yeah, my size calls for 700, and there's 875 in here. But noticed my shawl that was Retro Lemons. It's now the mystery shawl. She's going to announce the name and release the pattern on the 24th. It was in a similar purple.
Okay.
I've been migrating towards the darker purples in my purchases recently. Yep. So that is my works in progress.
Excellent.
So that you only had the one that you wanted to talk about?
Yep. Yeah, everything else is, like I said, I worked on things for other people. One I can't show you. I showed you the 3 that I got done, which I was pretty impressed at how fast I could work when I set my mind to it. I mean, they're not huge, but I mean, there's the same number of stitches no matter what yarn size I use. So,
true story.
There's a lot of stitches in this doodad.
For something that comes out pretty small. Last, did you have any purchases come your way?
No, I am being good. We have a retreat and a marketplace coming up.
I wanted to cast on the Bonnie, and so that is why my stuff got purchased, because I didn't, not that I didn't have lace weight, because I've got so much lace garn in but I wanted it to be something kind of silky. And more of the similar, really lightweight lace that the pattern was written for. Because lace garn is more of a light fingering than a lace weight.
Yep, I agree.
So there's that. I'm sitting here thinking about what I just talked about this. On that knit even row, you have to be really loose. Because when you're slipping those stitches, you kind of work some slack into them.
I see.
That was another thing that I'll have to remember to write into my little write-up. But no enabling. All right.
Nope.
We've got retreat, but first we're going to do our Yazzii review. So we have some bags here that were sent to us by a company in Australia who has an online bag presence. They've got lots and lots of different solutions. So I wouldn't say that this is specific to knitting, other than knitters often have devices and things, craft things to squirrel away.
Yep.
They recently had a upgrade to their, they renovated their website, and it looks really nice now and is a better layout and flow. And we got 3 bags to give away to review, and we'll be giving some away. I didn't talk to you before about which ones we were going to give away. So again, out of Australia. So the things that we wanted to touch point on were, if you're in Australia, I think this would be a really great bag solution. I know that you've seen similar bags through 31 bags.
Yeah, 31 bags, yeah.
Which is the United States. And you've actually had people contact you from other countries because they can't get 31 bags.
Right.
So these guys have an online presence and do obviously ship internationally. So if you want to get in on some 31 style type bags and you're international, you're not in the United States, this is a very viable option.
Yeah, they only have these quilted prints as far as I could tell.
Yep.
Right, so it wouldn't be necessarily the same fun, funky pattern.
This is kind of fun and funky.
Yeah, that's true. These are just the solids. But, or if you just weren't a fan of quilting, I'm not sure what you're going to find out there. But, like I said, they were pretty much like 31 bags, but not a business that runs like 31 bags, like Tupperware or any of those home party businesses. This is just a straight up bag company.
Yep. This is for your electronic devices, so you would put your tablet, your iPad, your Kindle, whatever in there, and it's got some really great you can put your
Uh-huh.
wallet in there. I really like on this one, and I was noticing, so I like vertical stripes, but then this part's horizontal, which is kind of fun. It's got nice hardware. It's got an adjustable strap here. I like adjustable because sometimes I want them. Well, like I biked to that on Sunday. I biked to that Honkers game, which is a local like college league. It's not AAA baseball. And the bag I was wearing, I adjusted it so that I could put it behind my back while I was biking. So to keep it back there.
The price point on both these bags, this one and this one, was $47. And then, international shipping.
Which was about 10, but then it gave you back, or maybe it was a little over that, like 12 or 13. But then you got some sort of like tax back.
Yeah, like the VAT tax.
But value added tax. Is that what VAT stands for? Yeah.
So, so if you're ordering and you don't share in that, then they give you that back.
Yeah. So if you're in Australia, they're obviously not going to.
Yeah.
But the other thought I was going to have was that as the people that sent us this to review did, you could lump together a bunch of orders, and then that would make the shipping a little more reasonable.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So if you and your friend were interested in it, then you could combine orders and. So yeah, there's the electronic one, and I'll link to the specific products because I don't know their names right off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's something like multi-pocket something, so it's not a catchy name. It's just more descriptive about what it is. I will talk a little bit about this one. It's got a lot of handy pockets, but like, okay, this one's good for like a water bottle, and it's on both sides. And maybe, a skein of yarn. But the front ones are more like for tools and stuff. It's not big enough for too much.
Almost like if you were making like stitch markers or something, right? Like
right,
crimping tools.
Crimping tools or scissors, big scissors, sewing scissors, things like that. And then another thing that we noticed that might not be good for knitters
is there's
Velcro.
The natural enemy of...
On this particular bag.
Yep.
And it's in multiple spots too, because there's Velcro internal pockets too, which is really nice because it's a big pocket that you can Velcro shut, but not good for yarny fiber stuff.
Crochet, anything.
Yeah,
would snag on the yarn.
So you would have to either remove them or pick a different bag. And they had bags without Velcro that zipped and stuff. It's just that this particular bag that they sent us has Velcro.
I liked the handles on this. I wasn't expecting the handles in any way. So if you wanted to throw it on your arm, carry it around and do your... And then this one is by far my favorite. I call it, what is the name of that band? You gotta keep them separated. Was that Offspring? You gotta keep them separated. So if you had something where you wanted the small things to stay separated, there are many different ways to keep them separated in here. So there are 4, and then a front one, and then this back one.
Fun.
Yeah, so there's lots of options on this. I could see if you had like, I don't know, if you were displaying stitch markers. Again, I'm going to stitch markers. I don't know why. Maybe.
No. I was just thinking like how like I have the various parts of my monsters or the various like if you had
this could be an eye binder. You could be like, these are my 4mm.
Yeah, exactly, an eye binder. Or I was thinking buttons too, because it has the pocket where you can see all your buttons.
Yep.
So if you're like, oh, where's those pink ones? You flip. Oh, there they are.
Or, I mean, it could be, something where you put, your needle in one and some thread in another. And, I mean, obviously you can choose your own adventure with the pockets, but this keeps them separated.
A mommy first aid kit.
Yep. Or my children would go bonkers if I gave them this. They would find 5 million different things to zip and put in there. So maybe even just here, entertain yourself, honey. And this came in a variety of colors as well. again, but not like a bunch of funky, specific aesthetic type fabrics. But in general, they, I think they're a viable option, especially for folks that aren't, don't have 31 near them. And they're, I don't know if they're good quality. The hardware doesn't seem like it's.
Yeah, we've only had them a week. We haven't had a chance to like really break them.
Yeah.
But
I could give this to my children and tell you how they hold up because, oh my lord. Zippers.
But you can usually tell by zipping something a couple times. Like, it's not a bad zipper.
Nope. And it doesn't, catch or, it's not a bad zipper, I think. Sums it up. And so that is, where is the Yazzii? Yazzii.com. You can go check them out.
Yazzii.
Yes.
.com.
Yazzii.com.
But yeah, you said you wanted to give these away?
I think we could have a thread where we give some all away. This one's my favorite, which I wouldn't mind keeping, but that means that it's probably the best one to give away. If you like it and you want to give it a try.
It's one of those things that I don't have anything like this.
Yeah.
Whereas these other bags, I might have something that's kind of similar enough that I wouldn't need to keep it for myself.
But this is and this one is the least expensive option, so.
Right.
We'll decide, and there will be a thread. So.
Absolutely.
That is our review of the Yazzii.com bags that were sent to us for review. And last, but certainly not least, retreat news. Retreat news. It's 2 weeks away. So if you're still around and you haven't jumped off because we said we were going to be talking about the retreat, next week will be the last time that we record before the retreat. So the Wednesday before the retreat, even if we did record, I wouldn't get it published because the next day would be the retreat. So how many times can I say retreat in a sentence? Retreat. You wanted to mention the swap options that were available.
So we have the mini skein that you can create, and we'll have a little, like, I don't know, I'll have to think of something. I have like a galvanized bucket. That would be kind of fun. But decorative galvanized bucket, not one that has been used for something. And that would be kind of fun, and put them in there and then hand them out later. So that you can get to know somebody different and new and outside of, your table. And, which there's no assigned seating. Don't get me wrong. Please switch tables often. But sometimes you get comfortable with somebody for the day and you don't want to move. So, 2, we have a swap for skeins of yarn.
$20.
Okay. I don't know the details of this one.
Yep, $20 value, and it's basically like the yarn lottery. So you come, you bring a skein of yarn or 2, you get to draw 2 numbers, and if you brought 2, and that determines the order in which you get to choose from the big pile of yarn that people are willing to part with.
Oh, fun.
Yes.
So like those, I wouldn't say white elephant because they're all very nice skeins of yarn.
Yep.
But, like one of those where you kind of like, ooh, I hope I get drawn first so I can get the pick of the litter.
Or you're hoping that the people that are before you don't choose the one that you want.
Right.
So.
And then, last but not least, we had a retreat goer who wanted to organize one of this kind of swaps or sell the things that you have in your toolkit or stash that you're just not in love with anymore. So maybe you have an old set of needles, or you have a loom, or, I don't suggest you bring a loom, but somebody has already said that they have a table loom that they're looking to get rid of. So
that's why it came to mind.
Yeah, that's why it came to mind. And then spindles, she had some spindles out there. So if there's something like that where you would really like to sell it and get some money for it, or you're willing to trade it for something else that somebody has brought up, that will be an option.
Yes.
I've thought about doing this myself because I have a set of the natural Addy clicks, and I use them, but they're not my go-to. They're kind of like my backup. So like there's certain yarns that I'm like, yeah, it'd be nice to have bamboo, and I'll go to them, but I don't necessarily need them. And I have other things that I wish to purchase, so
yeah,
thought I might see if anybody was interested. If not, I'll just hold on to it a little bit
yeah.
longer.
So that one's more of a bartering, swapping type scenario versus a yarn lottery. Like you might win, you might you might go home with a skein of yarn that isn't your heart's desire just as much as the one that you came with.
This one's kind of take it or
Yep.
You don't have there's no obligation. And
other activities, because I recently realized that folks may not A, watch us, which this isn't going to help them, or B, be on the boards as much. So maybe I'm trying to get the part of the Venn diagram that isn't on the boards as much. We have a bar crawl going on. We're going to have a dance by video recording, which we're going to save for posterity, and publish to the we dance a lot, and we're unabashed, so we're hoping some other people will be interested in doing that. What other activities do we have out there? An alleged yarn graffiti. I don't know much about it, but it could be something that makes your heart sing. And what else?
group photo.
Come with your smiles. A t-shirt if you brought them.
Yeah, and then go check out the threads. I mean, there's a lot of activity out there. I mean, some more than others. We're getting to know those active people really well because we're reading about them every day. And so the new swap has a new thread out there. The other ones don't have their own threads. They're just part of the schedule. But this new one, it's out there. It's got details, and I would suggest if you have something really big and you're not sure if you want to bring it unless somebody's interested, you post it out there in the group and try to earburn a few people, because then it can get seen. Like people who have like a $40 spindle that they want to sell, but they're not sure if they want to, pack it in their luggage if there's nobody interested in it, or what have you. But definitely, work it. Take a few minutes, think of like, do I have anything? Because there's going to be a lot of people there.
Yes. For real.
Yeah, we're having a bit of this is happening.
Yep, realsies. It's for realsies.
This is happening.
Yep.
I could grab my stack of old badges.
Yep.
Here.
And that's not even all of them.
This isn't all of them. See, it's still a mystery. You won't, no.
Yep.
But that's a thick stack.
Yes, and that's not all of them.
No, it's not.
And if some of them are crooked, it's because I was.
Oh yes. It's blame this crazy lady. I cut them. I don't know what I was thinking when I cut them, but they're not all square
or rectangle.
And some of them are big and some of them are small, but.
That hand touch Amish thing, right?
Yeah, can't be perfect.
Nope. But we've blabbered on. I feel like I talked about my whips for a really long time. I'm sorry.
Was there? No. I mean.
Yep. Retreat. I have retreat. New swap. That's the only thing that I have written down.
Okay. So it sounds like we've talked about
next week is the last week before the retreat. So. Woo! Yes, and then hopefully all you people at home are like, we're so tired. Oh, were you going to talk about the at-home options?
Oh. So if you're not a threads person, you're going to have to become one.
Yeah.
What I'm planning on doing is opening a thread a day during the retreat. So there'll be one Thursday, one Friday, one Saturday. And enter one entry per person. And I'll close the thread when we do the prizes at night. So 8 p.m. Central. 8 p.m. Central, I'll close the thread. That's when we'll be doing prizes for our retreat goers. So door prizes. So then at that time, I don't know if we'll pick them at that time. We might be a little busy. But there will be prizes given to people in those threads. And some of them will be specific to the retreat, and others will just be very nice prizes. So that's what we've decided to do for Play at Home. We would really like to start up some VCans using Google Hangouts. So if you're not familiar with Google Hangouts, I suggest you familiarize yourself in the next few weeks, and then keep an eye on the threads, because there'll be one labeled VCan, and then it should just be a link. You click it, and hopefully you'll be able to hang out with fellow retreat goers, because if Megan and I aren't on that VCan, it will be sat down at a lively table, and you'll get to know some of the people that came to visit us.
Yep. And then last but certainly not least, I've said that 3 times tonight, things that are last are not least. Just thought I'd let you know. Through repetition.
Public service.
Yeah. I'm gonna, I don't have the exact number, again, like as Amy was alluding to, but there is going to be a play at home option for the 5K. So we'll open a thread on that as well that says, you know, if you went out and did a 5K, go here and say, I did it. And there are some goodies that I will be giving away to the folks that are registered for the 5K, and a handful of at home. So,
yay!
Yay.
And they're really cute.
They are.
So you're going to want one.
Yes. It'll be worth,
get some exercise.
Yes. It'll be worth the walk / run / jog / whatever. So, we've said a lot. A lot's been said.
Bye.
Bye, Hoofda.